So, Nicole, we knew that there may be a letter read that former Detective John Byrd wrote, but instead he got up and emotionally spoke himself. He said the man that killed his wife that day wasn't him, was not a healthy John Byrd. He said he was incredibly and deeply sorry and expressed and asked for eventual forgiveness from Elizabeth's family. The former detective now on the other side of things, sitting in the courtroom in an orange jumpsuit and handcuffs before he would address the judge and the victim's family. Late last July, John Byrd strangled his wife Elizabeth in their bedroom while their 3 young kids were home. Byrd eventually confessed to the crime in this interrogation video and said a switch just flipped. Well, Byrd had been struggling with mental health issues and had been on medical leave from the Maricopa County Attorney's Office, where he was a detective that specialized in domestic violence cases. A tragic irony for Elizabeth's family. The defense said in their case today, Byrd was dealing with severe depression, PTSD, and dissociative amnesia, asking for the presumptive 16 years for the crime. And then John Byrd himself spoke, expressing sorrow, remorse, and a deep love for the wife he killed.
I hope and I pray that someday, if and when, out of my control, I ask forgiveness from the Petrus family. I ask forgiveness, Your Honor, from every human being that's been affected by what I did, because that was not me. That was not the healthy John Byrd. That was not the person who loved my wife, loved my kids, loved people. I loved the forever queen, Elizabeth Byrd, the forever queen. She is a forever queen, period. There's no question about that. I loved her. I loved our family. I loved people. But something happened to me. And I pray that one day, in some way, I can get some of that person back.
Silence in the courtroom while he was speaking today. Meanwhile, last week, Elizabeth's family and friends gave both heartbreaking and heartwarming victim impact statements to the judge. They shared the light Elizabeth was and pleaded for the judge to give the highest sentence of 22 years. Perhaps the most powerful moments of that entire hearing, striking words from Elizabeth's brother, Rob.
He made choice after choice before, during, and after Liz's murder that reveals a chilling clarity of thought and a total disregard for human life, including the well-being of his own children. John Byrd's conduct is not merely criminal, it's a profound betrayal of his oath, his entire family, and this community. The betrayal demands full accountability. Anything less than a maximum sentence of 22 years would minimize my sister's life, dismiss her children's pain, and fail to uphold justice in the face of a calculated, intimate violence by somebody who knew better.
Ultimately, the judge decided on 19 years in prison for John Byrd, leaning towards that higher sentence. He said he did believe there were more aggravating factors in this case. The judge also imposed a lifetime no-contact ban for John Byrd with his 3 young children and most of Elizabeth's family. Guys, I'll send it back to you in the studio.
A lot of emotional testimony there in court today. So, Briana, we heard from the victim's brother there, and the defense attorney had some choice words for him, some choice words for the media. Tell us about that.
Yeah, this was really an unusual hearing from start to finish. John Byrd was supposed to be sentenced last week. He refused transport from the jail. That caused partially a delay, but the judge also missed some motions that were filed by the defense. That defense attorney today was very upset that we all went on air and said that John refused transport and that caused a delay. She also discredited some of the things that Rob Petrich said in his statement last week, and that really upset a lot of people. But something that Elizabeth's family said was that defense team had almost an entire week to prepare their impact statements today. That's something that the prosecution, the state, did not have, and they often wonder now what would have happened if they had to present their case last week just like everybody else did. So that was something that was definitely bothersome to them, but I can tell you too, from all of the sentencing hearings that I have covered in this career, this was probably one of the most, if not the most, emotionally filled with everything that we heard from start to finish. It definitely left an impact for everybody in that court, and John Byrd will not be getting out of prison anytime soon.
19 years behind bars and a lifetime of no contact with the kids. True crime correspondent Briana Whitney, thank you.